Welcome, boys and girls, guys and gals, and I have to come to a realization that has hit me deep down right in the area of my nether zone that creates babies. It's something that I wish I would have accepted a long time ago, and if you've watched my videos since the very beginning, you know that I've had this take. But until this year, I wasn't willing to accept that take. I was lying to myself and refusing to be who I actually am. I know, I'm coming out. I'm coming out as a man who does not like side-scrollers. Yes, I'm brave, I know, they're gonna make parades about me in the streets. They're gonna be like, "Go, King Jiffy, you're so beautiful and brave. Look at the curls in your hair." Even though I don't have curls in my hair right now because it's incredibly short. But the moral being that I am brave and inspiring of a human to come to this realization. And a lot of it has come because of a lot of people I've been posting online. "Give me your hot take, daddy. Give me your hot take. Give me that take that's hot." And then people give them the hot take and then, boom, angrier in rage. And then people are sitting in the comments of their X feed, which is still, I'm going to call it a Twitter feed because X feed sounds like it's even more porn addictive. But no, their X feed, and they're like, just stroking it off. They're like, "I'm so angry. You can't have that opinion because it doesn't agree with mine." Well, the funny thing about video games is different video games will speak to us in different ways. Now, I remember some of the first games I ever played were side-scrollers. Now, it wasn't the first games I ever played, because the first games that I ever played were FPS games. Those were the ones that really started me off in my love for gaming. It was Halo 2, Halo Original. It was Doom 2, not Doom 1. I never played Doom 1 until later in life. But Doom 2 was on my grandparents' PC for some reason. It was in the secret thing, sitting right there by Minesweeper, which Minesweeper is a garbage trash of a game that the computer and all computer industries is trying to force on me. I don't want your fucking Minesweeper. I want to have fun in life. I don't want to think about where the bombs are and the numbers and just go fuck yourself. Anyways, and then it was Shadow Warrior. Those were my upbringing, and I couldn't get enough of them. I jumped into Nightfire. GoldenEye is the garbage one on the N64. Ooh, another clip me there, baby, because you know I got some bad takes ready and gunning for this video. But another game that started out early was Sonic, like you're seeing me play here. My great aunt, had a Sega Genesis at her house. My uncle and aunt had this old Sega Genesis, and when us kids were being too annoying, they're like, "Hey, you guys want to play the Sega Genesis?" And I was like, "Sure." And it was a lot of like those side-scroller beat-em-ups, which were fine. I liked those better than a lot of the side-scrollers, but the one that really spoke to me was Sonic. I thought Sonic was pretty fun. Now, I never had any illusions that I was any good at it, but in a part of my mind, I thought it was a blast. He was fast. He was a rolly. And after that, I made sure that every console I've ever had almost had not a Sonic game on it, but if they made a remastered version of Sonic, I usually would play it, whether it was on Game Pass or it was like a couple bucks, or hell, I'm playing the goddamn mobile version for you right here. Look how beautiful it is, and I'm failing terribly because I'm god-awful at these games. And throughout the years, I keep lying to myself, whether it's playing Mario or Cuphead or Hollow Knight or whatever else trash compactor side-scroller people tell me is just so good, and they crawl on their hands and knees, polishing up the floor so that they can draw with their chest hairs the beauty that are side-scrollers. I never felt that love for these games. What would happen is I'd get in the game, I'd play a few missions, it would get a little hard or get a little annoying. It wasn't ever the difficulty that bothered me, it was the fact that I would die and have to start the whole goddamn level over again, and I just wasn't built for it. I didn't have the mental fortitude to do it, I didn't enjoy them enough, and it was just the same repeating slog of garbage, I felt like. And that's somebody who even said that they enjoyed Sonic a little bit, but I can only enjoy it for a couple levels, and that's how every side-scroller was. So at a certain point, I had to look at myself deeply, darkly. I had to look in the mirror, which is a terrible place to look, especially when you're as ugly as I am, and you have to say truthfully, do you like these games or are you wasting money on them? And when you put them in that terms, you start to realize that you got to prioritize the games you want to play and the ones that are you going to like this shit. Because if you don't truly love these games, are you just trying to like them because everybody else does? And that's a huge problem we have in gaming that constantly happens, where you'll hear about a game being fantastic, and if you don't like it, you're a hater, and you just hate it because everybody else likes it. And you have to start realizing that you gotta be your own person, and if you really don't like a certain genre, you shouldn't play it because you're just gonna shit on it unfairly because it's not a game for you. I see it happen time after time after time again when it comes to FPS games. Oh, it's just another generic FPS game. Oh, you don't want that game. It's just a hoorah shoot 'em up game. And it's like, yeah, I do want that game. That is exactly my style of game. I want to feel the adrenaline and I want to shoot people's goddamn fucking skulls in, baby, so that I can skull fuck that hole. Holy shit, Jeffrey, calm down. You're being a little bit of a sociopath here. But when it came to side scrollers, I saw them more like sticking nails underneath my fingernail than I was actually having fun. And it sucks because, like, even my old neighbor, he got himself a Super Nintendo, and he was so excited about it. He was like, God, you gotta come over. I know you like playing video games. And I was like, bro, I don't think you understand. I don't like the N64 or the Super Nintendo. I was like, those games are not for me. Oh, you gotta come over. And we're playing. And I'm not terrible at video games. I'm not great at video games. I sit where the normal gamer sits. Averagely okay. And I go over, and I know that he is garbage trash in any modern game, but this dude's doing stuff with Mario that should be outlawed in all the extremely, like, really cover up your genitals type states. Like Amsterdam, yeah, Mario's okay, but like Iraq, Mario is not okay with the things he was doing. He was spreading those levels so wide open. I felt that Super Mario Bros. Should have been rated X. But I'm over here playing it like a Nimrod. I'm jumping, I'm falling, I'm dying. I can't get past 5 seconds of these missions. I'm getting irritated because I don't like the floatiness of the controls. Everything is pissing me off, and it just starts flooding me why I hadn't played a side-scroller in years. And I literally downloaded this on my phone so that I could get footage for this video, and I had to watch so many goddamn ads and then cut the ads out of this video while making it just so that I could have some fluid goddamn gameplay for you guys. And I hope that you guys are in my comments, liking my video, and sucking this video goddamn dry. Boost it to the atmosphere because of the pain I had to endure to get you guys this footage. It was just mind-drainingly anger-inspiring, and that is how I feel every time I play a side-scroller. And there's a point in every little boy and girl's life where they find something they hate this much. And it's not that I hate the games for what they are. No, I admire them. I understand they help build the industry that I have come to love and enjoy. But at the same time, I can't help but think, wow, we're so much better now. The world has gotten so much better. And what really irritates me is when I get into a genre of games, right? Let's say I'm in, like, when I got into the Souls games and I was down dirty, grinding Souls games, trying to find that next itch. I'm slapping my veins, baby. I'm getting ready for that heroin shot of Souls fever. And you know what? I kept seeing? Play Hollow Knight. Play this other side scroll and this side scroll. I'm like, I don't want to play that. I want to play an adventure style, dark fantasy, like Bloodborne-esque, dark, third-person, sword-swinging, slash-em-blast-em game. That's what I want. And instead, you know what I get? Fucking side-scrolling garbage trash. And I know the pain is real. You're upset that I'm saying these things, but sometimes you have to be real. I gotta be real with my viewers. I'm not gonna be the guy that lies to you. I'm gonna be the guy that tells you the truth and how I feel. This is how I feel, because feelings fucking matter. I guess that's what people keep telling me. We got to think about feelings now, and that's never been my strong suit. My strong suit has been talk crap and have a small penis. That's all I've ever had that have really been working for me. And I've developed a gut, so now that it can hide the small penis, so I don't have to feel bad when I look in the mirror. Other than the gut makes me feel bad. So it's just one of those things that it really bothers me when I start getting into my retro shooters, because I used to have the mindset that if anything looked kind of retro, I wouldn't play it. And then I started finding out some of these retro shooters really kind of get my little rocket a pumping, get the blood a flowing, and I'm vibing with them. And I kind of felt hypocritical, you know. I felt like I wasn't giving these older games a fair shake, and so I was like, oh, okay, try a couple more. And no, I hate them. It just puts me in this state of anger, which sucks too, because there is some games that the art style calls to me, like Cuphead. Cuphead is one of the most gorgeous looking games of all time, in my opinion. I love that 40s 20s to 40s cartoon art style aesthetic it has going. I want to love that game, but God, do I hate the gameplay. I hate feeling like I'm stuck on a two-dimensional fucking field of view, like I'm watching a 3-year-old color in a coloring book. I just hate it so much, and I want out of that. I want to break that dimension and control the fucker from all angles. That was like why the only Mario games that really have called to me are the 3D ones, are because those are the ones to me where I feel more immersed. That's why the only Metroid game that I have actually enjoyed is the Metroid Prime series, because I feel like I'm actually a badass robot chick, or a chick in a robot uniform killing shit, because I actually feel like I'm immersed in that zone. I don't feel immersed when I'm in these 2D side scrollers. I feel like I'm controlling a floaty garbage can of a fucking 2D coloring book, and it irritates me. And I can still acknowledge that these games are good, that they have their fans, that they are paying tribute to their fans. What really bothers me, though, is when like games like Blood Rain are bought out by a new studio, and they're like, yeah, I know people want that Blood Rain 3, baby, but instead of that, here's a fucking side scroller. And I'm like, what? Fuck you, dude. This is like what Bungie's doing with Marathon. Oh, you like the old Marathon games? They were great single-player games with fun multiplayer. How about we just cut the single-player aspect out? We remove the arena-based multiplayer, and instead you can just play an extraction shooter. It's like, no, that's not why I liked Arena. That has nothing to do with Arena. And then when I look at Blood Rain, I'm like, yes, instead of being a three-dimensional hot vampire chick cutting off vampires' heads, sucking people dry like I see on Reddit every night when I go way too deep into rabbit holes, instead I get just a goddamn side-scroller again. And to me, that's insulting. To me, that's ruining something that I love and going backwards in time, instead of doing what Blood Rain did and really tried to push the generations of consoles it was in and really try to make a really good 3D platforming action game. It's like, no, let's go back to the 2D retro stuff. And for me, that ruins a lot of things, you know? And that's how I felt when Metroid Dread came out. I know a lot of people were excited about Metroid Dread. I know a lot of people love Metroid Dread. But when I saw it, I was like, where's my Metroid? They were supposed to come out with Metroid Prime 4 years and years ago, but instead, you know what we got? Metroid Dread, and that pissed me off. And then Metroid Prime Remastered came out, and I still haven't played it, but the point remains that I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 4, and it's bullshit that I'm still waiting on it. And yes, I understand that Metroid Dread is a loved game, and it's probably really good, but like I said, I fucking hate side-scrollers, and I'm never gonna play them. And I think that's a really good place to leave it off. Let me know what you think in the comments. What's a game genre that you can't get into no matter how hard you try? No matter how many times people will tell you that they're fucking peak, you just look at them and said you peaked in high school. And your parents actually adopted you and they never loved you. They were just putting up a farce because they thought you were cute when you were a baby and now they just think you're really ugly. That's kind of mean. See, I'm being mean again just because somebody likes side-scrollers or a game that I don't like. But anyways, guys, what's that game for you? Let me know in the comments. Like my video, and as always, subscribe to my channel, you idiots, because I love you. Catch you later. I'm out.